What is going on? I'm Zedmont with another Boom Beach video. And first and foremost, jump into that shop and throw code Zedmont over there on the right, and then scroll back 40% off instant training. It'll help you get through the Mega Crab. It'll help you through the end of this season. It'll help you for the start of next season. Obviously, 14 days isn't going to get you through the entire next season, but that should be a big helper for the start of season 51. So if you like buying things, do consider buying that, and if you don't, then don't. That's a very personal choice, obviously. Now, we're going to jump into Warships to start with. I am going to get to Diamond in this video, period. If it takes a day, then we'll do a day. If it doesn't, then maybe we'll do some Imitation Game or some op hits or some main base goodness. This tech tree is one that I have not been a huge fan of because it was all about tanks, which made me not want to play it because it was slow, and then it was all about bombardiers, which again, slow, and Kavan. So other tech trees are available. Also, do check the cards above. Talked about adding the trader to Warships, trading keys for tokens and whatnot. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. Let's jump in though. We're going to use bombers and heavy choppas and just drop them and watch and wait and listen and all the rest of the things. Stop, drop, and roll. And we're going to just drop wide across here. Now, I like to leave one extra boat in behind. I also like to drop Kavan on that right-hand side. We're going to drop a cryo bomb back in here. Need to drop a med kit over here. And then as things start to clear, we're going to send one rocket chopper up the middle. And the reason for that is just because of those rocket launchers and the doom cannons and all the rest of the stuffs. I don't really have any sort of plan here. We're just going to do the Lego shock as many times as we can because I love talking about the Lego shock. And if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, Lego pieces are 2x4, or a lot of them are, and so that's why that shock I like to call the Lego shock. Maybe you don't like Lego because you're too worried about stepping on it in the middle of the night, but that's overrated. I think maybe it's just because once you have kids in the house, you learn not to put your feet down all the way, but regardless, I can honestly say that I've never had a foot hurt by Lego, and those of you new to the channel are like, what is this guy talking about? I have been known to ramble from time to time, so my apologies for that. Kavan is about to get shot in the face, needs to back it off a little bit. That a guy, Kavan, going back underneath that smoke. That heavy chopper is probably going to get shot down, but that's not the worst thing in the world. We'll throw some critters around that machine gun just to try to help that out. We're losing some troops back here to those single shot defenses. Might as well clear some of those things off. We're going to get a little bit closer to that rocket launcher in a second. Don't want the heavies to go underneath the blind spot of that rocket launcher because bad things will happen. We're doing okay. We're going to get about a 2-minute time, which is not bad in itself as I tap on that there flare button way too many times. I don't have any GBE nodes, or if I do, I have like one of the 3 or some small number, so we can't BART out all the things. Also don't have artillery, so we can't artillery. Can you really BART if you don't have art? I don't know. Let's should have really shown you my opponent's log or my opponent's attack. Shout out to Thomas with 2 S's. I love seeing people who use their first name in the game. I don't think Kardoff Satal is a first name, but if it is, going against the Thomas and an Alex, I don't know why I get weird pleasure from that. Weird pleasure sounds awkward. We'll just wait. Maybe we'll go do Imitation Game. We'll just fly through Imitation Game as we wait for that message saying our opponent has finished. We have cheap shocks. We also have a bunch of gunboat energy because I think I'm boosted. So we'll just BART out a stage as we wait for that message. I don't think it'll come up mid-attack. I don't think, because that would be super annoying. There we go. There is the message that our opponent has finished. Maybe it'll be a race to see if we can get to Diamond or if we'll finish all 7 stages of Imitation Game first. I don't know. I'm waiting for an opponent. As we wait, I've talked about this. Oh, never mind. We'll talk about that another time. Okay, this back engine room looks prime for throwing critters on, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. There's a lot. This person looks like they just took their 6 engine room base and kind of moved a couple things around. Should be fairly straightforward, I think. We're going to go there and there and there, holding some things back as I talked about. I kind of assume we're going to want Kavan to go left on this one just because there's so much stuff over there. So I'm going to send 3 boats, heavy choppas, over to this left-hand side just in the hopes that maybe as we get one more Lego shock there. I do love me some Lego shocks. Maybe I just say that a lot because I thought of that name? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to keep moving. The fact that these machine guns are such good spots for critters, please let me know if you're using machine guns as a great spot for critters. They just, see, look, we still have critters sitting there. They're still getting value out of that. Let's throw some critters on that back mortar because that'll get rid of the mortar. At that point, we can maybe throw some more critters towards this. If your base is like this, don't. This base is absolutely, absolutely awful. We're going to get rid of that flamethrower so that our critters can get onto that engine room. And then I think we're going to flare back onto, let's flare onto that machine gun, just ignoring that left-hand side engine room, knowing full well that all of our troops are going to get that engine room down, and then we'll just go back here and throw some more critters there. This should be the fastest time of the morning. Again, this base, copy a base, copy my base. I think my base is copied from Dr. Rev Doctor. I'll show you that base to copy in a second. We're at 222. They still have 3 engine rooms up. I'll give you the base to copy. Something like that. Zoom in, take a screenshot. You can also find me, and this isn't, I guess, on the Canadian leaderboard. Maybe, I kind of doubt it though. You got to be in Diamond to be on that Canadian leaderboard, I assume. Let's just scroll down. Hey, look at that. If you're in Canada, you can find me at 165. I guess we can't attack yet. So quickly gonna sneak in that next Imitation Game stage. Excuse me. Keeping on going, throwing all of the barrage, all of the artillery. I'm kind of banking on Imitation Game being done first, but if we can get to Diamond first, I'll be super duper impressed, because that'll mean we keep on winning and or our opponents keep on going slow. So we're on to stage 3. We're on to, I guess we need, what is that? Next one will go to 6. We potentially could get there in 2 more battles. I don't really see that happening, but you never know. Let's, ooh, a laser. They only got 50% building health though, so that's going to be a big, big help on that back corner. Let's go 1, 2, 3 right in the middle, and then we'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4 around the outside. We're gonna hold that final heavy chopper because I want it to go to, you know what? Let's throw a cryo bomb back here. We're gonna throw a way out wide, shocking underneath here. More cryo bombs to get rid of all of the mines. Just a note that those lasers, when they have a damage amp or when they're underneath a sky shield, are just brutal to deal with. So do pay close attention to lasers, especially if you're using rocket choppas. Bombardiers have a little bit more health, so you don't need to worry about them quite as much. And I think we're basically done. This base, I'm pretty sure we don't have to worry about anything. And as I say that, that back shock blaster is being mildly annoying, but it's just sitting on 1 heavy, so no concerns there. Let's get rid of that sky shield since they don't have the building health. Shouldn't cost us that much gunboat energy, and Yeah, I mean, I don't see any problems with this base. We're going to end up with another very quick time. We're going to get rid of that sky shield simply because it's mildly annoying, and then we can throw that next shock right about there, and we're done. Flying through with bombardiers. And some of you are asking, do you need bombardiers to compete at this level? And you don't. You can still compete with rocket choppas, but your base had better be good, because you're not... Two times of 224 using rocket choppas are pretty difficult, and it's amazing the difference in the bases between if you face someone who is in like rank 22, then they have so much more tech because they've likely been in diamond for so much longer. These bases, just to get into the diamond level, are frankly easy. So excuse me again. If you're not in diamond, a push to get there. You can get there. I have all the faith. We get to do 2 imitation battles. Just bringing this race out to the biggest, finest of times. So if we can get a 3rd stage in here, I'll be super impressed. Depends on how slow our opponent's going to be. But hopefully you guys are pushing to get into that diamond rank or that gold rank or that legendary rank. Whatever it might be, there we go. So speaking of those ranks, I've talked about this a bunch this season, but as far as parking goes, ignore everything. Ignore everything about parking we've ever talked about. You don't have to worry about getting to 21.5. Ignore all of it. All you have to do is get to whatever rank has those end of season rewards you want, whether it be gold for 200 diamonds and 20 powder or diamond for 500 diamonds and 30 powder. For me, it is all about the diamond because I really, really need those powders. This isn't possible, is it? I feel like this video was going to be one of those like hour-long videos, and if I manage to not screw this up, then we're there, I think. We're going to go heavy chopper over here, heavy chopper over here, and then again, we're going to hold a little bit simply because of the fact that that set of stuff back there is going to be super annoying. That's why we're going to send Kavan over to this left-hand side, and then let's get rid of some more of these mines as we throw a shock over there and then get you over there. Kavan's going on a bit of a walkabout because those right-hand side troops are getting shot in the face more than I would have liked. But there's our savior right there. You see that final heavy choppa coming out, getting out front, getting shot in the face so that our bombardiers don't. And that, my friends, is why I like to hold back one of those troops. It just gives you the option when you go, oh crud, all of our troops went left, I expected them to go right, and you can salvage it, where you can't really do that unless you've got something to send out after the fact. Really was hoping for that cryo bomb that we can send that direction. That gosh darned Doom Cannon is still wreaking havoc on us, and I think it's going to take out at least one more of our bombardiers, so let's get a barrage onto it. Oh, it actually turned towards the heavies, thankfully. Otherwise, we were absolutely doomed there. Doomed Doom Cannon. The dad jokes just don't stop. It's not intentional. I think once your kids get to a certain age, it's just automatic, and you can't stop it. And it's kind of like a curse to some extent. Let's get rid of their rocket launcher because it is shooting us in the back, and you never want to get shot in the back. Bad signs there. We are 1 engine room ahead of our opponents, 2 engine rooms ahead of our opponents. Looking good so far as we lose that last set. Oh, we still got 1 bombardier there. So let's get a shock there. And we're just going to have to wait at this point. No point flaring the engine room because otherwise there we go. Now we can get the flare out. Let's go. Really, really, really hoping that we can finish off the diamond push before we finish off Imitation Game. Let's go. 132. That is my slowest time by a huge margin. Richie Rich, what are you at? You are still, I think we're going to get there, but we still have the opportunity to finish off Imitation Game. Let me know what you think about this format, making things up on the fly. Just a quick note, you can force close Imitation Game, drop your troops, force close. You can do all 7 stages that way using Scorchers in less than a minute. Of course, I'm not going to be force closing with you guys on here though, so quick note, don't force close on Warships. Oh, we didn't make it. Now, I guess maybe we still have a shot though. Let's just see, did we make it into Diamond? Drum roll please. Yes, we did. I am going to do the prudent thing right here. And first and foremost, I'm going to max my Cryo Bomb. Maxing the Cryo Bomb is when you're ready to quit Warships, go max your Cryo Bomb. Then you click this button right here. Up come the things. One more quick note. Do let me know if you have any suggestions for the Cryo Bomb. The fact that it's a complete waste of tokens in Boom Beach Warships, do not max it. It gives you nothing at all. I feel like the freeze duration should go up, or the slowdown should go up, or both of them should go up as you max it. Would love to hear your thoughts on that, because right now it's a complete and utter waste of tokens. Man, that was refreshingly simple. I hope your push to Diamond is just as easy. Should we continue to artillery and barrage? No, we should not. Okay, need to actually use some troops here. We've got Zookas loaded, which I probably shouldn't because I feel like I'm just gonna screw this up, but we'll just keep pushing on forwards. Gonna drop our troops in a nice straight line. I highly recommend you learn that straight line. It gets your troops in such a nice spot. It gets them in a nice predictable order. Speaking of predictable, Bullet is going to hit that shock mine, which we knew he probably would just because Bullet likes to walk towards shiny things. And then we're going to get all of our troops back into there, and Bullet hitting that shock mine completely and utterly ruined my plan for shocking him somewhere else, but shouldn't be a big deal because we're just gonna throw critters out front, shock, and then Bullet can taunt some things and all of our Zookas will just pound away. Not how you should probably use Bullet with Zookas, but we've got a bit of a boost, so any base that we encounter on Imitation Game is going to be a complete and utter joke to us. Stage 7 of 7, and for those of you new to the channel, I hate Imitation Game. I think it's a complete and utter waste of time. The fact that we're facing low-level bases with HQ 22, that is the state of Imitation Game. It is ridiculous, it is embarrassing, it is awful. And just to show that, we're going to walk through it using Zookas without smoke and just absolutely obliterate this entire base because it's stupid. Where are the critter launchers? Where are the extra rocket launchers and the shock launchers and all of the rest of things? I don't think we actually get an extra shock launcher, but it just shows how much attention I've been paying to things. I don't recommend you use Zookas this way. It is a bad idea. You're gonna get hit by all sorts of things. I am not using flares. We are just walking through this base, but we've got 2 attacks left, so it really doesn't matter. Also, this person does have 4 ice statues, but look at this. Just absolutely pummeling their base with 0 issues. So Boom Beach, Supercell, please bring us one of the top 50 leaderboard players every single week with their name. That way they get the notoriety and the pat on the back and the reason to push for the leaderboard, and we get to actually have a little bit more difficult attacks. Would be difficult for low levels to take down those bases, but it would also push people to get more offensive statues, which is not a bad thing at all. Please let me know if you need the upgrade order or the statue order. This is the upgrade order that has been agreed by all of the biggest brains as being the most efficient way to play the game. But of course, there are many ways to play the game. Speaking of many ways to play the game, let's get an op hit in just so we get all of those game modes. Making sure to pick up that free trader crate. That one is something that you want to get on all your accounts, just like picking up all those keys. Now, I am going to do a hit on Ransom. It is one of my favorite solos, and I think we can use some Bombardiers to farm some gunboat energy. That SEMO is going to make that a bit difficult. Those things are going to make that a bit difficult. There is not a big window between that shock launcher and that SEMO, but I think we can probably do it. So what we are going to do, that one right there. Man, that boom cannon's going to narrow that window even more. I don't even know if there is a window there, to be completely honest. That's unfortunate. I really, really need some extra gunboat energy to pull this hit off, because this account, speaking, I might as well give you some more background of why I'm thinking here. 1, 2, 3 GBE statues, 4 GBE statues. We have you know what, let's boost one, just because I really, really don't want to screw this up. We'll boost 2 statues. I am going to get rid of one of these boats of Bombardiers because I really, really don't think there's a window there, but we'll just give it a go. I am going to memorize where the heck we want to be. This might be a waste of gunboat energy, but so be it. Oh man, it's just so tiny. Let's go. We are going to flare right there and get 2 boats of Bombardiers out. The shock launcher did not turn. There it goes. There's the turn of the shock launcher. Shock launcher wrecking all of the things. And the fact that that left hand... Oh, there we go. We got some free gunboat energy happening. That's what I was hoping for. So we need to clear these mines right here. That 2 touching that sniper tower. And then we need to clear all of these mines back here. We're going to flare that critter launcher from the right-hand wall. Now, your flare on this sidewall is in line with the back of that sniper tower up against the wall. We'll talk about that in a second. We are still farming gunboat energy at the shore in the tiniest of windows. If they move either direction, left or right or even forward, there we go. One of them moves forwards and gets shot in the face. And I always talk about getting shot in the face. That for me is that is a guttural image maybe of the boom cannon shooting the troop in the face, and that's why it's super, super important to know what troops to bring up against boom cannons. When you see people bringing heavies up against boom cannons or tanks up against boom cannons, riflemen are your answer. That way you get many, many more shots in the face. Now, we need to leave by the 2:15 mark. That is a good, safe marker of when the heck to get your troops off the shore. Are we going to get one? We're going to get one more mortar. I am super impressed. I wish I could superimpose all of the ranges of the sniper, of the SEMO and the boom cannon and those left-hand side shock launchers all on top of one another, because this is silly. Now, I said we need to leave. We are going to be a couple seconds late. Oh man, it's that Bombardier, that lone Bombardier is just absolutely crushing it. We are going to send all of these troops over to here, though, getting that one smoke out. And then, oops, I think I told you to flare to the back of that sniper tower. It's actually the front. So hopefully those of you who got super excited to do this attack and tuned out, front of the sniper tower. That was a complete and utter boo-boo by me. Now, what we're going to do next, I assume all of you know this hit. If you don't, please do hit me up in the comments. We're going to flare that critter launcher, and then this is where the magic happens. I mean, there are very few attacks where you actually flare a building, and I love... Actually, you know what? We're going to do reversed. This is something that we don't need to do, but we're going to add a little bit of spice to this. We are going to flare back to the front here. We're going to throw one more smoke. Everyone's going to wrap back around, and then Bullet's going to do all sorts of good stuff for us with that taunt. We are going to throw 2 shocks. It would typically be a 1 shock hit, but definitely don't want to trifle with those critter launchers, because they are super duper annoying. Next up, there's that next shock, getting those Zookas to stay the heck alive, as all of those critters add all sorts of levels of ridiculousness and annoyingness. At this point, Bullet's just going to stand in. Our Zookas are going to keep on clearing. And the problem is that because of those critter launchers, our Zookas are not clearing anything close to what they should be. So this is actually really, really going poorly. So we need to get that flare out onto that core. Otherwise, yeah, critter launchers completely and utterly ruining my perfect video. Look at this, just getting crushed by critter launchers. So bad, bad, bad hit by me. Should have stuck with the original plan, which was to get bullet not to wrap around. So doing the reverse wrap on that ended up costing me in a big, big way. That is awful. But again, anytime you can do a sad trombone in a video, it's kind of fun too. Anyways, thanks for coming with me on my trip into the diamond ranks. Orion, you know what? Let's see what Orion's got. I really, really hope this is the core hit. Oh, it's not. Shucks. So Orion loves to hit the core on outworks, but looks like he's doing a setup hit this time. Rocket launchers back here not cleared, so they are chipping away. Look at Bullet though, just an absolute beast. You know you've got a beast on your hands when he's taunting barbed wire. Yes, barbed wire can be taunted. That to me comes across almost like a bug. Uh-oh, Orion is out of GBE, and as a result, all of that stuff is pounding over the top of Bullet. And this right here is another example of critter launchers, and that's why I want critter launchers on the Imitation Game. I lost because of critter launchers. He lost because of critter launchers. They are a great addition to the main base. They definitely need some tweaking on warships. I've suggested many, many things. Those of you who aren't aware, maxing your rocket launchers costs like 2.75 million tokens. Maxing your critter launchers is like 400,000 tokens. Just not right. Anyways, that is going to be it for me. Hopefully you are enjoying that main base. You are keeping that submarine diving. Otherwise, you know what? Let's diamond finish this right here. Oh, I've actually got some time savers. There we go. Gonna jump back in, trying to get that universal remote maxed just for the sake of it, trying to get all my abilities maxed. Can't really groan and complain about the gluttony of the ridiculous number of hero tokens when you don't have all of your abilities maxed. And that final universal remote is the last thing for me. That's going to be it though. So I am Zedmont. Liking and sharing and subscribe and all of those great things. Let me know where you're at in Warships. Let me know how you think we can improve some of the other abilities. Like crystal critters are just useless. How we can improve that cryo bomb in Warships. And I shall talk to you soon though. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.